Everybody podcast. I said last week was the first episode of season 2. Well, I was wrong. Today, episode 26. Well, episode 26, episode 1 of season 2. It doesn't matter. History is repeating itself 2 weeks in a row. On the podcast today, Jonny is hungover. He was like 3 sheets to the wind. Sounds like a claw to the ball to me. Ryan is bitching again. About what? Who knows? Stick around to find out. Now, we shall let history continue on. Grab yourself a black raspberry White Claw, a filet mignon with a melted sundae. Now to start season 2, with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny.
Hey, all right. How was this?
Yeah. New microphone. New microphone.
Maybe I should bring my mic closer to me, huh?
New microphone.
New microphone Wednesday.
And I got a new setup. I got a little table for my computer now. Moving up in the world. It's going to be an adjustment. If it looks different from week to week, my apologies. I'm only human.
It's amazing how
Hey, buddy.
hey, that
Don't sound so excited.
The video, well, because I was just thinking, I wanted to get the sense of the video from the Zoom versus the video from the video camera is not even in the same fucking ballpark. Not even
video from the
close.
Zoom versus video in the video. Oh yeah. The quality, right?
Quality, dude. Okay,
I like the Zoom quality better though.
interesting. Really, it looks grainy and terrible.
You can't see me as well.
Oh, that's good. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
All I see is man boobs over here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the What Everybody podcast. Ryan, take over for a second. I'm going to pop out fucking a couple of push-ups.
I was literally just going to say, like, if you're feeling like you have man boobs, then just do some push-ups.
Yeah, well, I'm doing some push-ups, okay? Excuse me.
All right, fine with me. It's your freaking tracksuit again, dude.
5, 6, 7.
Got them zip pockets so your change doesn't fall out when you're driving. Hey, Johnny, you still put change in those pockets?
I don't use change.
Zip up. Then what do you use the zip for? Your phone? See,
Asshole.
tell me to take over. Tell me to take over, but then you don't reply.
30 push-ups.
How many would you do there? What'd you do there? 15? I kind of 30 my ass. You didn't do 30.
3 sets of 10, bitch. Can't you tell by the
Oh,
the
so you just
airflow?
did 10. So you just did 10.
No, I did 3 sets of 10. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I do that 3 times.
So that was the third time?
See, they look like muscles now, not so much titty.
Yeah, you got some. Where'd you get them titties? So clarify for me. Did you just do 10 or did you just do 30?
I did 30, and I also want to clarify the zipper on the fucking pocket. The pocket zipper, that's for my passport for when I travel. Because when you travel, you don't, you're always worried about shit falling out of your pockets while sitting on the fucking airplane.
So my natural question would be, where are you traveling to today there, tracksuit?
Actually, today, nowhere. In the next day or two, I'm going to Nashville. Actually, Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in my neck of the. You're gonna be close to me.
I think we're gonna be in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Pop on over, man. We'll go get a coffee.
Coffee. It's a little far of a hop over.
Coffee.
That's
a long drive for a coffee.
Man, I've got multiple rants I could talk to you about today, Harris.
I have multiple rants too.
Well, give me one. Why don't you give me one? Maybe I get my fucking head off my shit.
Okay. I'll give you one.
Give me one.
Here's my thought. Got a new microphone. I'm trying to up my professionalism. Here's my rant. Apparently we're in season 2 now because last podcast we discussed if we're going to do season. However, we botched that terribly because
we did, because I think I said
we addressed last episode as both episode 1 of season 2 and the last episode of season 1. So it was an impossible scenario for me to put that up either season 2, season 1. So I put it up as the last episode of season 1, which means this would be the first episode of season 2, which leads me back to my point of who gives a shit, Johnny.
What's the pet peeve?
The pet peeve
What's
is
your rant?
the pet peeve is we got to think this stuff out better before we just
Well,
put it
I
out there
think
on the internet.
On the internet, my hair, man.
Yeah, I'm in the
hungover
same
today,
boat,
Harris.
dude. I'm not liking what's going on with any of this. Let's talk our way out of it.
Well, it's very strange what happens with my hair. My hair is curly, as you can tell. It doesn't go down, it goes up. And whenever I like wake up all disheveled like today, it just goes up even further. It becomes like a bob cut. And like, what if my hair was like that? But literally, it stuck out like that. Like maybe I could put some gel in it to make it stick out like that. Wings. See the wings?
I think you could get away with it. I think you'd be all
maybe
right.
put one up like that and like or something.
Anyway, actually, that's a great reply to my pet peeve because my pet peeve was stupid, and that's more interesting than what I was talking about. Well
your
done.
pet peeve isn't stupid. I mean, what's stupid? What's fucking stupid is the people who live in my apartment building. That is what is effing stupid. Dude, I know all I talk about on this podcast is cats and people who piss me off when they park. Well, my neighbor.
I mean, it's a good place to vent.
It's a good place to vent. My neighbor, once again, the one that likes to park in front of the fire hydrant and block traffic and give you a blind spot. I can't get over the fact. Yeah, well, I get home the other night, dude, and like the car is like fucking 5 feet off the curb in front of a fire hydrant just so she could get closer to her house. She has a parking spot in the back. She has the best parking spot in the back. She's just fucking lazy because she's got to walk an extra 20 feet from her fucking car to her fucking house.
How in the city of Los Angeles are they not enforcing that? Parking in front of a hydrant.
Dude, it's crazy.
You said to me before they stopped giving people tickets during the pandemic, and that makes sense. That's fine. But this is...
They're still not back.
Still. I overslept for a total of maybe 2 minutes one time, and I ran outside, and street sweeping gave me a parking ticket. And then I didn't move my car because I thought, well, I already have a ticket. And guess what? Got another one.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. So that something like that can happen, but you can park in front of a hydrant like whenever you want, multiple times. This person isn't the first time they did that, and they're not going to get a ticket.
And then she never answers her door when I knock on it. Never answers her door. Like, I want to handle it like a man, so I go and I'll knock on her door. She never
handle
answers.
it like a man.
Yeah, she never answers. I bang on the door. She doesn't answer. So then I have to go through her sister, which then makes me look like an asshole, like I'm going to knock her out to her sister. It's like, listen, you dummy. The only reason I'm going to your sister is because you don't answer your door because you're scared of me, and probably rightfully so, because I'm going to yell at you, and you can't handle these California people. They can't handle yelling. Don't yell at me. Help.
Yeah. So you did mention that you text her sister to try to get a hold of her, right?
Right. Her sister last time told me to have her towed to teach her a lesson, and I can't get myself to do that.
May I offer a solution?
Yeah, please.
Because sister, sis sounds like she might be on your side here, right? Because
she is.
She's gonna
because her sister's a fucking idiot.
So we're going to send her this podcast. We're going to text her this podcast, the video podcast.
Who, her sister or her?
We text the podcast to her sister.
For what reason?
For the reason of her sister's on your side. She's going to watch it. She's going to realize how annoyed you are by it. And then
she knows how annoyed I am. I send her pictures. I'm like, she's done it again.
Yeah. That's funny. And what did she say?
I think this last time.
I mean, she told you to call the cops one time.
Yeah, the first time she told me to have her towed, and this last time she said that she was sleeping. I texted her. It was like 12:30 at night, dude. I got home from a long day, and
that would be a little bit annoying, though. You're texting somebody that has nothing to do with it at 12 at night.
No, she texted me the next morning. Sorry, I was asleep. I'm like, yeah, no worries. I took care of it, and I did take care of it because what I did was write a note, just like she did. After the first time it happened, she came and she left a note on my door apologizing for doing such a thing and how stupid it was because I nearly got into 2 car accidents. What she's not thinking is, what happens if a guy on a bicycle is fucking cruising by and the person pulling out of the driveway does not see the guy on the bicycle, right? So I write this note
Explain the setting real quick, because you said I've been to your place. I understand what you're talking about, but somebody listening isn't going to understand why this bothers you so badly. You live on a curve.
I live on a curve on a 4-lane street.
Right.
Where at my place, it actually turned into 1 lane and the curve starts right at my place.
So when you pull out of your building,
there's a fire hydrant right at the driveway when you pull out of the parking lot of the building. If
somebody's parked there, you don't see the oncoming traffic that would blindside you.
Because there's parking all the way down the street. So the key is, if there's a car there, then that car along with the other cars present this crazy blind spot. But if the car's not blocking the hydrant, you can see the traffic. So if there happened to be somebody parking in front of the hydrant and there happened to be a bicyclist. God, that was hard to get out. Bicyclist.
Biker.
Riding down the street, and
in the bike lane.
In the bike lane, and if a car's pulling out of the parking garage, and there's a spot, and somebody's taking that spot there in front of the hydrant, there's such a good chance you would not see that cyclist. You wouldn't see the cyclist. And I only know this by my experience. The only reason I ever got mad, so people don't think I'm a fucking complete psycho, which I mean I am, but not that crazy. The last time this happened, I pulled out of the parking garage. I was parking in the back, and twice in one day, I nearly got into a car accident because I didn't see oncoming traffic coming.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't just have a normal car. Let me point out this. She's got an older version BMW X5. It's a fucking ginormous goddamn SUV.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's such a blind spot.
Yeah.
You can't even see over the roof of the car. And I dude, listen, I have an SUV. Kinda. Mine's more like a crossover. But I sit pretty high up.
You have a Prius,
you know what I mean?
don't you?
No.
I thought you had a Prius.
I used to have a Prius. And you know what's funny that you say this is that I had my new car when you still lived in LA, because I remember.
Yeah, I've been in your new car.
And
I've been in your new car.
Yeah. So
you picked me up
from the airport. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So yeah. But
that's not an SUV though. You think that? How is that an SUV?
It's a crossover. It's a crossover.
Right. Okay.
Would you call that a normal car?
You know what, buddy?
You know what?
I would, but if
I'm going to pull it up, and we're going to let the people
pull up your truck.
It's not a truck.
Pull off your off-road SUV.
They call it subcompact SUVs. Is that a car?
Well, it's definitely not a truck. That's a car. I'd call that a car. I'd call that every last bit of a car.
It's a car because it's got 4 wheels and they rotate.
So but what makes that an SUV to you? What makes that car an SUV to you? I'm trying to figure. I'm not making fun of you.
I said it was a crossover.
Okay. You did say SUV though. Maybe I just got stuck up.
I did say SUV, and you just want to bust my nuts.
I just got hung up on it. Yeah, my bad. I'm glad I got a new microphone for this.
Well, I mean, I didn't tell you to get that.
You didn't say it. Well, I wanted it. The other one was red. It was weird looking. Sounded great.
You know, they make these MV7s in different colors. I could have gotten one that matches my shirt.
Oh, thankfully you didn't. They
didn't make it when I bought mine, or I probably would have. I'd have gotten the neon green in a heartbeat. They also had red. Why didn't you get red? That's your color, dude. You like paint your shit red.
No. Yeah, no.
You're gonna paint. Are you gonna paint stripes around?
I didn't paint. Here's the thing. I didn't paint that microphone. I'm gonna get it out. Hang on.
But you taped it.
Taped it? I didn't tape anything. Look, dude.
It looked like it was taped.
This is the old one. Okay. It's just I took the little nubby off it, but you know the little.
It's
styrofoam
red.
guard. Yeah, I didn't paint it.
Did you buy it that way?
Yeah.
So you chose the red one.
Well, it's a good microphone.
You could have chose black, right? Maybe.
Probably, but whenever I bought it, I didn't expect it to be making an appearance on the internet. I was expecting to use it for
what did you buy
recording.
it for?
For vocal
What kind of-
recording.
it's a vocal mic?
Yeah. From back in the music days, guy. Writing
Yeah,
songs.
I thought-
That's what
Mine's a rapper's microphone, right? The one I have now?
a rapper's microphone.
Yo, it's tricky. It's tricky.
You know what?
Rock around. It's right on time. It's tricky.
You know what? Yeah, it is. It's a rapper's microphone.
Awesome.
But anyways, my point is that this one dude.
I've lost it, dude. Telling you.
It's okay. It's okay.
I had a lot of
put this
wine
away
last
now.
night. You know?
Yeah? Tell me about it.
Well, we had a good time last night, my girl and I.
It was just a random, it was Wednesday?
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Celebrating What Everybody Wednesday with some
What Everybody Wednesday with my date.
Right.
We do date night once a week. So it seems to be on Wednesdays as of late.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Sometimes we play Madden together. It's nice.
Hey, so I have a question for you. Man, we're kind of random today. That's all right though. Because you were talking about your car. Apparently I have another pet peeve.
Wait, so would your car be an SUV? What would you call your car?
Mine's an SUV.
But yours is a truck, like straight up truck.
No, it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee, which I think is the textbook SUV.
Yeah, that's probably like
I
that.
don't
That's a
know.
full size SUV.
It's a big car.
What does SUV stand for?
Sport utility vehicle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, buddy. You're welcome.
Thank you. What was your question?
Is your car electric?
No.
Okay. I think this is a pet peeve of mine. I'm not sure yet, but like, have you noticed electric cars plug in, but the electric plug is built to look like a gas pump?
It's interesting, right? You're right.
Why?
Well, just to stick with my philosophy behind that would be they're just trying to make it look like a car. My question to you is, where should they put it?
That's a valid question because I'm thinking about this. It's like, why does it look like a gas pump? That's so annoying. Like you want to I guess if you wanted to break the stigma of like oil and gas, you would get away from that and just make it a plug. I don't know.
Let's get back. I want to know where they should have the plug for an electric car.
I think if I'm building the car, and this may
It's kind of
exist,
weird, you in the sense like a Porsche's trunk is actually where the engine usually is in every other fucking car. Same kind of concept.
Well, that's because the motor's in the back.
Right now, but I'm asking, is this a similar concept to you?
No, I didn't even associate the two. I thought it was weird that they make the plug look like a gas pump. But then I thought, well, what else is it supposed to look like? It's a handle that you're inserting into an object like that.
Dude.
You asked me the question of if I were making that car, where would I put it? And I'd put it right in the front grill, dude.
I think I've seen some that have had them in the front.
Because you just pull up, like think of Whole Foods or whatever. You pull into Whole Foods, a little charging stations there. It's like you pull in front ways and you don't have to back in. You don't have to be
2 days ago.
Or you pull, oh, even better. You could put one. Why'd I get so excited? That was.
I don't know, but that's good. It's good.
Yeah, it was
fine.
a dumb reaction.
But tell me
You
what
put it
you're
back by the
excited
license
for.
plate. Put it in the back by the license plate.
What, like old school cars where do you pull down the license plate and the gas tank used to be behind the license plate?
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's exactly where it should be. Also, I'm not an engineer. That might not be functional. Maybe they have it where the gas tank spot is because that's where it's functional to wire electric.
Can you shed some light on this for me?
Do you know how many people out there listening right now are like, you two bro science idiots have no idea how a car works?
That probably, which is probably why they're listening, because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But
hey, guys.
let me ask you something. So speaking of electric cars, I'm getting on the 405 the other day, and there was an accident. So they had the parking police there, like directing traffic. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this parking police's car. Motherfucker's driving around in one of those BMW electric fucking cars, dude. Those things are like $70,000.
And he was
and it was a city of Los Angeles parking police car. They've like upgraded. They went from
They're
Prius,
usually in a Prius, right? Yeah.
right? Usually in a Prius. This was one of those small, those BMW electric cars,
Yeah.
like the smaller ones. Yeah, it was one of those
Tiny little
those
tires.
Yeah, those things are fucking so expensive. Now, granted, I sat there.
Those are
and I was with-
$70,000, really?
something like that. I could be
Okay.
way off, but they're expensive. Look,
like-
I don't even know what they're called, or I'd look it up.
It's like 100 cars I would pay that much for before I got one of those.
BMW electric.
I have a reason for bringing up the pluggy topic too, so keep going, and I'll circle back.
Yeah. Okay. The price. What is the price of this fucking thing? $44,000. $44,450 is what that thing cost.
Still, that thing costs more than my car.
Yeah, I mean, it costs more than my car. What the fuck does the city of Los Angeles need that expensive car around? Why am my taxes paying for that?
Unless it was a personal car and the person got hired.
It had a fucking LA City thing on the side.
So I was at my gym and pull into the garage, running late. And the gym that I went to had a garage with maybe 40 parking spots. It wasn't. It was full. It was full a lot. So I'd go in, and they had like 10 spots for electric cars. So sometimes the garage would be full, but there would be a spot or two for an electric car, And my car's not an electric car, so I wouldn't park there. But there was one day where I was in a hurry. I was like, well, there's an electric spot. It's like, well, I'm not going to get towed. I'm not going to get a ticket for like. I agree that it's kind of a dick thing to do, but I was in a hurry. It was the only spot left. I parked. I went into the gym for an hour of kickboxing, and when I came out, some dude was sitting in his Tesla, and he was waiting. And I walk up to my car, and as soon as I get in the car, I knew this was what was going to happen. He comes out of his Tesla and he walks towards me and he goes, hey, it's not an electric car. I was like, I know, man. Like, yeah, my bad. I was in a hurry, and like, you're right. He goes, I wanted to charge my car. And I was like, I apologize. Like, I'm leaving right now. You can have this spot. I get it. I was in the wrong. I was in a hurry. But like, that's a spot for an electric car.
He just didn't let it go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It's an electric car. It was my bad. I don't have one of those. I was in a hurry. It was the only spot left. I'm leaving now. Okay. All right. But yeah, don't park there next time. Finally.
Why didn't you just punch him?
Well, because I don't want to do that. But like, there are people out there that would do that, and you're just not letting it go. So this guy finally he's like, yeah, well, don't park there again or something like that. And finally I was like, hey man, I got it. My bad. I'm leaving right now. You can have this spot. Like, and I got in my car and I drove away. And like, here's the thing. Whenever I see those electric car gas pumps that look like gas pumps, every single time I think of that guy, I get a little irritated. I get a little bit out of it.
Teslas have become the new Prius, dude.
Here we go.
Remember how you would see Priuses everywhere? Now you see Teslas fucking everywhere. You can't go
Wouldn't it be
down the street without seeing like whatever Tesla,
Tesla.
Well, no Prius makes sense because there's a US at the end of it.
Priuses.
Prius.
It's one
Anyway.
Prius and it's two Prius. Was it like moot? Is it like no? No. I'm not going to be able to let this go. One Prius, two
Priuses.
Okay, moving on. Yeah, it's stupid. Moving on.
Comma S.
Yeah, we're stupid today, dude.
All right, so last night, I'll get to my segment in a second. This just made me think of something really funny that you'll find probably funny. I was watching our episode the other day, and I just remembered I wanted to come here and tell you that I nearly lost my right eye again. I don't know what is with the universe. I really gotta pay attention because the universe wants me to lose my right eyeball. There's no fucking question about it. Again. The other night, After we've already talked in the last episode how as a kid I nearly lost it going into the fucking tennis court.
Yeah.
And then in Finland I nearly fucking put a drumstick in there, except it lodged in the side of my fucking nose instead.
Yeah.
The other night I thought I thought I'd do my cat a favor. She likes to sleep with my girlfriend at night. They cuddle up. It's really cute. So she's out on the couch in the front, my cat. So I go to pick her up and she fucking, I don't know, I must have startled her and she fucking clawed me in the fucking eye.
And in the eye?
Thank God I closed at the last second, dude. But I have a fucking scratch right here on the corner, like once again, centimeter either way, or 1 centimeter down. It's right in the ball. Claw on the ball.
Claw on the ball.
Claw on the ball.
Why's that cat gotta claw your balls, man?
A claw in the ball would be a long night of white claws when you wake up and you don't know why your butthole's bleeding.
Yeah, it's definitely referring to a white claw.
Claw on the ball.
Claw on the
dude,
ball.
I had a claw on the ball last night. I'd be like, I don't know, man. My ass is just fucking open.
That's like you know, when you have a couple of beers and you're like, man, was it 3 sheets to the wind? Three sheets to the wind, meaning like I was a little tipsy.
I had a claw on the ball.
I had a claw on the ball.
I think we came up with a new saying.
I like it.
On the ball.
I kind of like it.
It's kind of like Judge Judy.
Judge Judy. Was that the cat that scratched you?
Judge Judy came into my girlfriend's work the other day.
And not going to answer my question.
No, that was not the cat that scratched me. It was Bima.
Okay. Also, it's way more interesting. Judge Judy, the real Judge Judy, came into your girl's work.
And she was scared. She's like, she's so intimidating. My girlfriend's 5'2". She's tiny.
Yeah.
And she told me Judge Judy is even shorter than her.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
she takes no shit.
I'm like, why were you scared of her? She's like, oh, it's Judge Judy. She literally was watching Judge Judy the day before that she came into her store. And she comes in and she said that like the way that she was asking questions were like the same way she talks on the show. So it was fucking intimidating her. But then she says to me last night, she goes, I have Judge Judy's phone number. I'm like, why do you have Judge Judy's phone number? Well, yeah, because she had to text her information about products she wanted. I'm like, you should tell her that you're scared of her.
I think I would be too. Not scared.
I told her she should have been. I would have been like, Judge Judy, I was just watching you yesterday. That's what I would have done. And she would be like,
well, I mean, that's friendly. That's friendly. I get it.
You're arrested. With the little hammer.
But I think if I saw Judge Judy, my mind would go to that place of like, oh, this person doesn't take any shit, so don't say anything stupid. And that's where my like intimidation would come in. I think it'd be like, she's probably a lovely woman.
The other day I had a cracked moment and I went to McDonald's and I bought a caramel and fudge sundae with Oreos on top. Okay.
Sounds delicious.
Delicious. Came home, put it in the freezer, forgot I had it until last night. Hammered last night. I get done eating the filet mignon that I just got done fucking grilling up at 4:00 in the fucking morning.
Jeez, dude.
Right. So I tastes great. Things are good.
You had a steak at 4 a.m. and you were up at 9:30.
Yeah. Guess
okay.
So. Hey, do we live once? I might die a little earlier than you.
It has nothing to do with living it up. It has to do with like, that's not enough sleep.
Oh, dude, I definitely did not get enough sleep. I'm fucking tired. I just got done saying that.
All right. What are you going to say? I got to stop cutting you off.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm the interrupter. You're the cutter off.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be one of the same. So I have the steak, and after I get done having the steak, I'm like, oh man, that sundae's still in the freezer. Let me go get it. Now I don't know if you've ever put a sundae from McDonald's in the freezer. It goes from being like a soft ice cream to like fucking rock solid, and you got to let it melt to get to eat it. So I'm like, okay, I grab it, I put it there. I'm like, I have to let this melt. Next thing I know, I wake up. I'm like, oh God, we're supposed to start the podcast right now. I'm late.
It melted.
I'm fully clothed. Okay, like completely clothed. Not only did it completely melt, I somehow in the process from fucking going from the chair to my bed kicked it over. So I woke up and saw it on the table just spilled all over. I'm like, are you fucking... I woke up hungover to a spilled caramel and fudge sundae. You know what the worst thing about it is? You know what the worst thing about it is?
You didn't get to eat it.
Exactly.
Don't ask me if I don't realize the worst thing about that.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what,
nightmare.
buddy, you are one of my best friends. You're one of my best friends.
One of your craziest friends too, I'm sure.
I wouldn't do anything for you, but I'd do most anything for you. I would never live with you.
I'd be a nightmare to live with for anybody who doesn't know how to live with me.
Yeah. I would never.
Why is that, Ryan Harris? Why is that?
Well, I mean, the obvious reason.
You don't need to be nice. I'm a Slav. I know.
I don't want to be a dick. I mean,
we already know you're a dick. It doesn't matter. Bring it on.
Our lifestyles are so different. We're similar in a lot of ways, but we are very different in a lot of ways.
You know what the funny thing is? We both sweat the smallest, stupidest shit. They're just different. Like, you couldn't live with me because it would annoy you that I'd be like, oh, dude, sorry, I forgot to clean my plate quick enough for you. That'd be the type of shit that would piss you off. Me, I get annoyed at like.
You mean like leaving shit laying around?
Just like not being the your OCD.
Right.
Makes me think that your apartment is immaculate. Well, your house is immaculately clean. Because you're OCD, like Sonny, you and Sonny both. This rehearsal room, I've never been in a rehearsal room that is so effing clean as this one.
Yeah.
You know, so with me, I would just like a little thing. I'd come home and I'd get a pizza and I'd leave my pizza box out on the table. You'd be like, yo, asshole, put the fucking pizza box away. Like I get a picture. That's what you would be like. Me, on the other hand,
no. It's more about
I get annoyed. I get home and get annoyed that people park in the red zone. It has nothing to do with me. Wow. It doesn't affect my life at all. They're not stealing any fucking spots that are legal. And I get annoyed at that.
I wouldn't be annoyed by the pizza box because the pizza box isn't messing anything up. And there's going to come a time where it makes sense to put that in the trash or whatever. But with the ice cream, did it spill?
Not on the floor, just on the table, and I cleaned it.
Now, when you cleaned it, is it still like sticky?
No, because it was on a table that was in my room. I brought it into my room to like eat it there watching TV. So it was like on a table next to my bed.
I think it's hilarious.
So annoying.
You had the wherewithal to be like, I'm going to carry this snack into the other room where I'm more comfortable to watch television and eat the.
Totally. Kick it over. Woke up in bed, completely clothed, socks and everything.
It's pretty crazy you didn't spill it all over the place.
You know what? McDonald's cup saved me because you know how it has that cup that the lid with the hole in the top.
Oh, you left the
and
lid
that
on.
lid fucking completely caught most of it.
Well, maybe there's a reason they're still in the biz, McDonald's.
You know the reason why on all coffee cups have this is because of McDonald's, right? You know that.
Why all coffee cups have what?
Yes, the holder so you don't bring your hand.
Oh, the burn guard thing. Oh,
you know why?
Because that lady sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot. Yeah.
Well, because she grabbed the coffee and it dropped on her and it burned her.
That might have been the beginning of the end. That one example might have been the beginning of the end. That's my first recollection of a dummy getting paid for something dumb.
People were suing long before that.
The woman goes to McDonald's, orders a coffee, spills the coffee on herself, and then sues McDonald's and gets paid because she got burned.
Right. Well, she shouldn't. I mean, like when you break it down like that, it's stupid. Now, granted, I think that McDonald's should be responsible because how I gather this must have happened was she went to go grab the coffee. It was so hot and she just let go because it was so hot it fell on her and burned. That's my guess. How else could she win a court case like that?
Right. And I'm sure there's logic involved. But
I grew up with this.
I'm going on a different tangent, buddy. I want to know, can you think of an earlier instance of a dummy getting paid? Because I burned myself in my house when I'm cooking a whole bunch of times, and there's lots of things that I understand. That's hot if I touch it.
Well, it's funny. I went to leave today and put on my glasses to drive, and I guess my glasses were in the way of the Sunday, all over my lenses. It's just like,
So you spilled ice cream on your glasses,
I
on your
found my
table and your glasses.
I found my glasses on the floor next to the table with ice cream all over the lenses.
I don't believe for a second you didn't get ice cream all over the floor.
I might have, and I was really tired when I left. To be honest with you, when I left the house, my girlfriend was laying in bed going, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what are you sorry for? She's like, that you gotta leave. You look so tired. You're right.
Be like, where was that sorry yesterday when we were up at 4 a.m. eating steak and drinking wine?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Self-inflicted, dummy.
Self-inflicted dummy. I'm a tired man. All right, Harris. Well, I think,
Wrapping it up? Are we wrapping it up? What's our...
Wrapping it up. We're looking at 112 over here.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
As the fabulous Thunderbirds would like to say, we're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up, baby. Anyway, I just had to throw it in there.
Keep going.
Thanks for joining us here today on the Whatever Buddy podcast. It's been fun. I had a blast. Today, I believe we are now officially into season 2, episode 26.
Sure.
Which is technically the first episode of season 2, Ryan's favorite season. Isn't it, Ryan?
The current season is always going to be my favorite.
That's right. So season 2 is his favorite. Thank you for joining us on season 2. Make sure you go to all your favorite outlets and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button. That helps us a whole bunch. Go to the YouTubes. Look at my terrible hair for the day. Ryan looks handsome as usual. Until next week, we will... you're welcome. Until next week, we will see you here on the Whatever Buddy podcast. Bye-bye.
Whateverbuddy.com.
Whateverbuddy.com. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for listening again to the Whatever Buddy podcast, the first episode of season 2, episode 26, episode 1. Who the hell cares? You were here, we were here, but do me a favor. Go subscribe on your favorite platform, whether it's Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, whatever. Go to the YouTubes, look at my nose, look at Ryan's pretty face. Make sure you like us, leave a comment, do it all. It helps us a lot. Until next week, you have a great week. We'll see you next time on the Whatever Buddy podcast.